There are whispers coming out of Dove Valley that sound absolutely insane, but if the conspiracy theories about Bo Nix's miracle recovery are even half true, the Super Bowl just got turned upside down. While we're mourning our stars, the New England Patriots just lost the one man who holds their entire defense together, and I don't think anyone realizes just how wide open this door has swung for Denver. We are staring at the most chaotic, legacy-defining AFC Championship game in a decade, and Sean Payton has a secret weapon on the active roster that Bill Belichick's disciples never saw coming. Before we break down the madness, smash that like button, share this video with every Broncos believer you know, and make sure you're subscribed so we can ride this wave to the Lombardi together. Take a deep breath, Broncos Country. Can you feel that? That is the electricity of Championship Sunday mixed with the absolute nausea of the injury report. It has been a week of refreshing Twitter every 30 seconds, hasn't it? We went from the highest highs of clinching this spot to the gut-wrenching lows of watching the card come out. But here is the reality check that nobody in the national media is talking about: the narrative has shifted. Everyone is writing our obituary because we are down a quarterback and a running back, but when you peel back the layers of what is actually happening in New England and what is secretly happening behind closed doors in Denver, the picture looks a lot different. Let's get the pain out of the way first. We all held out that sliver of hope for JK Dobbins. We all remembered that moment against the Chargers, seeing him walking without the boot, hearing him tell the fans, "I'll be back sooner than you think." We clung to that. We prayed that as we lost our QB1, the football gods would give us back our RB1 to lean on. But the news dropped, and it's official: JK is out. And I have to be honest with you, I am still seething about how this went down. It wasn't a football play. It was a dirty, illegal hip drop tackle by a Raider. Of course, it was a Raider that put us in this position. And to make it worse, it happened on a Thursday night football game. Another short week injury destroying a player's season. It is a tragedy for the sport and a massive blow to our offense. But here is where I need you to stay with me: is losing JK Dobbins the death knell for this specific game? I don't think so. The Patriots' run defense has been a brick wall recently. They didn't allow a single 100-yard rusher until Week 12. In these playoffs, they have completely suffocated the ground game against the Chargers and the Texans. Trying to beat New England by pounding the rock into that defensive front was never going to be the winning formula anyway. So while my heart breaks for JK, my head says this forces Sean Payton to do exactly what he does best: get aggressive and air it out. Now, wipe those tears, because the injury report gave us a massive gift. Pat Bryant is not just limited, he is completely off the report. He was a full participant. Do you realize how huge this is? Think back to the Buffalo game. Before he went down, Bryant was the security blanket. He caught 3 of the first passes Bo threw. He was winning those gritty, contested catches that move the chains. And when he went into the blue tent, you could see the fire in his eyes. He was furious because he knew he was fine. He was asymptomatic the next day. This wasn't a devastating injury, it was a precaution. And now, he is fresh. He is hungry. Having Pat Bryant back gives us that physical presence on the outside that can bully New England's smaller corners. This is the good news that is flying under the radar, but mark my words, he is going to make a crucial third down catch that keeps our season alive. But if you want to talk about injury reports that actually change the outcome of a game, look at the New England sideline. Imagine if we lost our sack leader. Imagine the panic if we had to play this game without our top pass rusher. Well, that is exactly what just happened to them. Harold Landry has been ruled out. This is not a drill. Landry has been a one-man wrecking crew for them, racking up nearly double-digit sacks, leading the team in quarterback hits, and playing like a man possessed against the run. He is their energy. He is their Derwin James, flying all over the field, wrecking game plans before they even start. And he is gone. They tried to ramp him up, hoping he could go, but that knee didn't cooperate. Losing Landry is catastrophic for their scheme. It means Jared Stidham is going to have time. It means the pocket isn't going to collapse instantly. We are losing a running back, they are losing the guy who destroys offenses. I will take that trade every single day of the week. Here is the other factor that has me absolutely buzzing. Have you checked the forecast? The temperature is plummeting, and the wind chill at mile high is looking to be sub-zero. Why does this matter? Because the New England offense relies on timing, deep shots, and miracle catches from guys like Kayshon Boutte. Do you know how hard it is to track a frozen football in swirling winds when your lungs are burning from the thin air? The altitude is the ultimate equalizer, but when you combine high elevation with extreme cold, it creates a physiological nightmare for the visiting team. It's called altitude sickness exacerbation, and it is real. The Patriots are going to be gasping for air while trying to stay warm, while our boys have been training in this beast all year. The elements are the 12th man, and on Sunday, the cold is wearing orange and blue. We also need to talk about the center position because this was a major worry earlier in the week. We thought we might be down to our third-string option, but look at the practice logs. Both Alex Forsyth and Luke Wattenberg practiced almost the entire week. We aren't scraping the bottom of the barrel, we are going to have our starter or our high-end backup ready to go. Having that stability in the middle of the line, especially with a backup quarterback who needs clear communication, is phenomenal. We are stabilizing at the exact right moment. Now, let's get to the spicy part. The chess match. Keep an eye on the Troy Franklin situation. He's dealing with a hamstring issue, and typically, teams are very cautious with speed receivers and hamstrings. Just look at how we handled Draymond Jones in the past. But I think there is some gamesmanship happening here because of who this opens the door for. Word on the street, and this is coming from Chris Tomasson at the Gazette, is that we are activating Elijah Moore for his first real snaps with the starting offense. Do you understand what kind of wild card this is? The Patriots have zero film on Elijah Moore in this Broncos offense. They don't know how Payton is going to use him. And the chemistry argument doesn't matter because Stidham has been running the scout team offense. He probably has more chemistry with Moore than anyone else. Elijah Moore is a yards after catch demon. He is nasty in the open field. He ran a 4.3 coming out of college. He could have signed with Buffalo, but he stayed here, grinding, waiting for his shot. And now, in the AFC Championship, he gets to be the X factor. That is a terrifying variable for a defensive coordinator to plan for on 2 days' notice. Before we dive into the craziest theory of the week, I need to hear from you. We know Sean Payton is a wizard, but everything rides on the execution this Sunday. So, here is the question of the day: do you trust Jarrett Stidham to actually win this game with his arm, or do you think our only path to victory is the defense scoring points and creating turnovers? Go down to the comments right now and let me know, defense or Stidham. Okay, put your tinfoil hats on, because we need to talk about Bo Nix. There is a very loud, very persistent theory circulating on social media that Bo Nix's season isn't actually over. It started when a medical expert went on 850 KOA, the team's flagship station, and said something that made everyone freeze. He analyzed the injury and said, if he was able to put weight on it and play those last few snaps, it's likely a simple fracture. A plate, a few screws. There is an outside chance he could be ready for the Super Bowl. Think about the timeline. Nix got hurt, stayed in the game, didn't even limp off the field until the series was over. He had surgery almost immediately, flew home, got it done on a Tuesday. It felt like an outpatient procedure. And did you notice how fast Sean Payton ruled him out? It was 10 minutes after the game. He had the surgery scheduled before the press conference even started. Why the rush? Why the secrecy? And why are insiders like James Marilat asking, why isn't he on IR yet? Usually, Saturday is the day they move guys to injured reserve to clear a roster spot. If Bo Nix isn't moved to IR by tomorrow afternoon, the conspiracy is real. It means they are keeping the door open. Bo posted on Instagram, "This isn't how I wanted my season to end," which sounds definitive, and my sources are saying there is zero chance. But hearing a doctor say it's medically possible, that puts a tiny glimmer of hope in my soul. Even if he doesn't play Sunday, just the threat of him returning for the big one is enough to fuel this team. But let's assume it is the Stidham show. Are you worried? Because you shouldn't be. Sean Payton is 13-4 in his career with backup quarterbacks. That is an absurd stat. He doesn't just cover the spread, he wins games. He has done it with Jameis Winston. He has done it with Taysom Hill. He has won games with his third and fourth string quarterbacks. The man is a maniacal planner. He told the media he was counting the number of questions in the press conference just so he could time his film study for third down packages. He has been prepping for this specific scenario since Saturday night. He even pulled a Bill Parcells move this week. He stood in front of the locker room and told them, "I am not worried about how Jared Stidham is going to play. I am worried about how you are going to play." That is leadership. He is taking the pressure off the QB and putting it on the 52 other guys to step up. And tactically, we have a massive advantage that nobody is noticing. The pistol formation. I went back and listened to Patriot Sports Radio. Torture, I know, but they were terrified of one thing, the pistol. Their defense has been gashed by it all year. They are allowing 4.2 yards per play against the pistol, which is significantly worse than their average. And guess who thrives in the pistol? R.J. Harvey. We saw flashes of it against Tennessee earlier this year. Harvey out of the pistol is explosive. It's a natural formation for him. We haven't shown it much lately, which means it's not on the tape for New England to study. This is the wrinkle. This is how we exploit their aggression. If Payton unleashes a heavy dose of the pistol with Harvey and Stidham, the Patriots linebackers are going to be on their heels all afternoon. One last thing before we get ready for kickoff. The Patriots are playing games with Mack Hollins. He's coming off IR, practiced all week, but probably won't play. But seeing his name on the report just made my blood boil. Do you remember? Do you remember when Mack Hollins was on the other side, caught that garbage time pass, and stepped over Patrick Surtain like he was some kind of legend? The disrespect. The absolute audacity to step over the best corner in football. Patrick Surtain hasn't forgotten. The defense hasn't forgotten. PS2 is allowing 0.2 yards per snap in coverage. He is locking down half the field. And now, you have this rookie quarterback, Drake May, coming into our house. A rookie who takes sacks, fumbles the ball, and relies on lucky Hail Marys to bail him out. He is walking into a trap. They think we are done. They think without Bo and JK, we are just a speed bump on their way to the Super Bowl. But they are forgetting who we are. This is the most resilient team in the NFL. We have overcome 0-2 starts, coaching changes, and devastating injuries. So let them doubt us. Let the national media pick the Patriots. It just makes the victory taste that much sweeter. Broncos Country, buckle up. It is time to shock the world. Ball don't lie.